If you sing and accompany yourself on an instrument like the guitar or a keyboard, then this is a must-watch video for you because every chord played could be doing your voice a disservice. Fortunately, I've got a few small tweaks that'll improve your voice and your playing coming right up.
Sound check. Check 1, check 2.
G'day, my name is Dr. Dan. Welcome to Voice Essentials, where everybody sings. And there are a few of us who also play an instrument. Now, something that you might not know about me is that I started my music journey not as a singer, but as a guitarist. I still have vivid memories of my group guitar lesson when I was no older than 10 years of age. It wasn't until midway through my high school years that singing even registered as a thing I might like to pursue. In fact, during my formative years, even though I was often accompanying myself on the guitar, I never really considered how the external instrument, my guitar, might be affecting positively or negatively my internal instrument, my voice. Now, some 30 years later, I'm acutely aware of how my guitar playing, particularly my body alignment and how I hold the guitar, impact on the health of my voice. So today I want to show you a few things to look out for when you're playing your guitar and singing. I'm also going to offer some ideas about self-accompaniment at the keys and the challenges facing those of us who sit when we play our instrument. As we dive into today's subject, I just want to outline the scope of what we'll be covering. That is, we won't be addressing musculoskeletal disorders. Dawson, Sataloff and Trollinger write that overuse of various parts of the body while making music is the most common cause of music-related musculoskeletal disorders. If you think you're having trouble with hands, wrists or arms, then you need to seek the advice of a musculoskeletal specialist like a physiotherapist who specialises in performing artists. Our scope is a little narrower today, but that doesn't mean it won't pay big dividends to your playing and your voice. Today we'll be discussing the improper use of the combined efforts of voice and accompanying instruments. A second cause of problems is misuse, defined as using normal body structures in an abnormal fashion, in contrast to overuse, which uses them normally but excessively. In the article titled Performing Arts Medicine and the Professional Voice User, Risks of Non-Voice Performance, Dawson, Sataloff and Trollinger go on to state that the two most common causes of misuse are postural problems and technical difficulties while playing or singing. The physical conditions produced are essentially the same as those from overuse. It's the misuse of the voice when teamed with your chosen instrument that can cause a multiplicity of issues, not least of which can result in significant wear and tear of the singing voice. So let's first look at my preferred instrument, the guitar, and learn how best to play the instrument while maintaining efficient voice.
Sound check.
When performing, you'll probably be standing up. Now, firstly, I want to draw your attention to how I've set up my mic stand. Now, notice firstly that I've positioned the feet of the stand to be open to me in my stance. If the feet of the stand are positioned towards me, I'm likely to find it more difficult to approach the mic, and I'll have the tendency to jut my head forwards. Now, that's not a good position for singing. And the height of the mic is also important. A good rule of thumb is to have the mic sitting slightly just off parallel to the floor, just off parallel, and the height should have the mic sitting somewhere between my lips and my chin. Now, sometimes you'll see singers with the mic positioned so it's pointing skywards, and in my experience this will cause the singer to angle the head back. That's going to create a lot of extrinsic muscular tension through the neck. Of course, this is not the only correct setup for a mic stand. Some singer guitarists like to have the stand coming at them from the side, but regardless of the setup of the mic stand, it should always be readily approachable and allow your body alignment to remain buoyant and balanced forward onto the balls of the feet. Now, as for the position of the guitar, again, this will be different for every guitarist, the type of guitar they have and the type of style of music that they're playing. but there are some key things to look out for that will save your voice big time. And you guessed it, it's all about your postural alignment. You see, when you've got an instrument slung over your shoulder, it's all too easy to allow your shoulders and neck to roll forward. Now, before you know it, you're bent over and the larynx is now in a labor-intensive position that can literally cut your vocal stamina in half. So make sure that you position yourself and your guitar, adjusting the strap if necessary, so that your upper body can remain well aligned. Now this all takes practice, but most importantly, it requires awareness. You need to stay mindful of your body position during a gig to ensure that your voice can continue to perform at its optimum. Let's take a look at the correct seated posture when sitting to play an instrument. But before we do, be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you've got something out of today's video already. Typically, you'll need to have the mic arm positioned to the side when playing keys. And again, this can be driven by personal preference, but just be sure to have the mic well towards you so that you don't find yourself going to the mic and craning the neck to do so. The most significant challenge when sitting to play, whether it be the keys or on the guitar, is the impact on your midriff, your abdominals and your obliques. As you well know, the abs and the obliques play a significant role in efficient breath management. If your alignment collapses into the back of the chair while you're seated to play, your larynx will have to do the job of phonation as well as breath control. So where possible, try to sit on a chair that allows you to sit forwards and towards the edge of the chair, positioning your alignment over the bony bits in your butt, otherwise known as the ischial tubosity. Then ensure that your alignment has not collapsed into the hips. Instead, lift your alignment so that your abdominal wall can release for an efficient intake of air. The same goes when playing or practicing with a guitar. Do your best to remain mindful throughout your gig or practice session to ensure that your body doesn't revert to lazy positions of posture. Now, I hope today's video has been giving you some practical things to implement next time you pick up your guitar or sit down to play the piano and sing. Perhaps you've got some extra ideas about what you found helpful when self-accompanying. We'd all love to read your thoughts, so be sure to leave your comments below. And as always, if this is your first time visiting the Voice Essentials channel, then please take a quick moment to subscribe and be sure to hit the white bell icon so that you don't miss out on any new videos. I hope to see you again soon. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.